welcome back to Film in Minnesota. We figured out how to record this now.
Yeah! Yay for our 25th time, and finally we kind of understand what we're doing.
Right.
Vaguely.
We still don't get it.
No. Technology is hard, you guys.
It's like radio, but not.
It's right. It's just super fun.
Don't you like digressing from film to radio?
I do.
We like digressing.
I'm not particularly good at either, but I love them both, and that's all that matters.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Came to the right place.
Right? Oh God, I was legitimately about to say something, and I have no idea what it was now. I'm so tired. I apologize to everyone listening to this right now because I'm tuckered out today.
Yeah, because you have all the time off in the world, right?
Like all of the times.
So
yes.
When's your next free day?
Saturday, actually.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Good.
And it's weird because half of me is like, okay, I need to enjoy this. Like, I need to relax. I also kind of need to like do laundry and a few things around the house. Like, I need to just accept that I have a day off. And then half of me is like, oh, but what if I like pick up a shift? Like,
I know,
what
right?
What if I just do all of these other things? Like, what if I hang out with all of the people in my life that I've been trying to hang out with and I haven't been able to for 6 months? Like, but at the same time, I need that moment, like that time to just relax and not do anything. So
balance.
It's really tough.
It's tough.
Yeah. What about you? When's your next free day off?
Oh, this is it.
We're
in
sad.
the middle of...
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No,
this isn't
no, this is not it. No.
Okay, I was going to say no.
This is the beginning of my first weekend, like official weekend without work off for like 2 years. This is like my first time I get my Friday and Saturday consecutively off.
Isn't it amazing?
It is.
I just had that for the first time. Was it 2 weeks ago? My first full weekend off it's a weekend off, not because I took it off in order to do other things. It was just a straight weekend off, and it was the most amazing feeling in like 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah. We're both workaholics, I think.
Which is funny because I find that I'm a really lazy person.
I know, yes.
In general, like
it's
I
because
hate
you're tired
doing things. Just existing takes so much effort sometimes. But then at the same time, I'm like, I could do something fun, but I'm too tired for that. Or I could work, and I should definitely do that. Like, what? How does that make any sense? It's not logical.
It's monetized.
Yeah.
It has a value to it suddenly, like with money.
Yes, that's the thing.
And then when you go do stuff, you subtract money.
Right? So much money. Like, I'll be like, I'm trying to budget, and I'm like, okay, if I go to dinner, I'm going to spend this much, and blah, 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 and it's going to be okay because I can afford that. And then I go, and all of a sudden I'm like, well, my 401k is gone, so that was fun.
Your 401k is gone?
401k is gone.
I dissolved it once before, and now I'm rebuilding it, so it's good.
I took a loan out of it once in order to go to Australia.
Yeah. Oh.
Which was, and people were telling me at the time, like, don't do it. It's a really bad idea. You have to pay tax on it or something when you pay it back. And I was like, yeah, it's fine, whatever. And then I went to Australia, which was the most amazing 2 weeks of my entire life. I highly recommend to anybody who needs an adventure or some type of change or like just life-changing moment, go to Australia. Do it. Having said that, I did that, took the money with me that I took out in a loan, and then came back and paid it off in like 3 years in very small payments. And it was 1,000% worth it. I don't regret that decision at all. Like,
right.
And to be fair, I haven't put any money in my 401k since I left that job 4 years ago. So it doesn't make any difference anyway.
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
Unless you're like with an employer that matches, it's kind of like,
Yeah. Like, whatever.
Right.
It's fine. I'm never going to retire anyway. So it doesn't
I moved to LA. That's why I dissolved mine.
That's right.
And that was painful because I had to come back.
That happens though. That's okay. You still have that like huge life experience.
Yeah.
And if you ever decide to do it again, now you have like this really good idea of what to expect and how to prepare and all of that.
Yeah.
Which is very valuable.
I find that in Minnesota, I tend to be more of a rat pack or pack rat.
Pack rat?
Yeah.
A rat pack.
The rat pack is back. But yeah, like, I want this, I want that, I want, you know, oh, there's a movie on sale. There's, you know,
Yeah.
there's that song I always wanted to listen to.
Right.
I'll buy it. I don't just do
Yeah.
the subscription for monthly. I need to possess it or own it somehow. Like,
That's really funny.
yeah.
I am the very opposite with things like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like music, I should not be admitting this recording, but it doesn't matter. Like, I will download music off of YouTube where you can like
Oh, no.
convert it. I'm poor, you guys. I am straight poor.
You should not admit that on the public podcast. Yeah.
That's okay.
That's
It's to be fair, I know people who have people
Anyways.
like Napster used to exist. Is that what it was called?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
There was Napster, Morpheus,
I don't think I know
LimeWire.
that one. Yeah. But I mean, it's not like those things.
Yeah. Just don't steal from Metallica. They'll take you to court.
Oof, yes, they will.
Oh, don't do that.
But yeah, no. But like even movies and stuff, like with Netflix and Hulu and stuff, there's so many options, and
Yeah.
my queues are so long and everything that
Right.
I do have to say once a year on Black Friday, in like the middle of the
Yes.
day, so we completely miss like all the craziness. We'll go at like 2:00 in the afternoon or something, and like just go to we'll go to Target and Best Buy, and this is the only two stores.
Yes.
And we will hit up like the $1 to
Oh, yeah.
$10 racks,
I love those.
and it's like all these movies that we wanted all year.
Right.
And you get like we'll get like 30 movies
I
for
do
like
the same
$50,
thing.
and I'm
Yep.
like, this is amazing. So there are movies that he'll buy like throughout the year, like Captain Marvel and Black Panther and all of these on like Steelbook and the fancy stuff, and which is awesome that we have them, and I'm excited that I get to like own those without having to pay $1,000 for it. But yeah, like the stuff that I'll invest in, I'm like, I gotta wait until
Yeah,
Black
I'm
Friday.
itching to buy Captain Marvel right now. It's just kind of like,
Have you've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god, I love that movie.
Again, I need to have the Blu-ray so I can watch it
Right.
without any stoppage.
Yeah. Without like
Yeah.
noticing all of the little like things that you wouldn't have in the Blu-ray.
Yeah,
It's just so clean cut and clear.
that's
It's so
right.
perfect. It's great. But yeah, no, I agree. You should buy it, to be fair.
But then there's also things like, I want this $10,000 camera. I want this,
Yeah. I want this new
$5,000
car.
lens. I want, the new car.
Yeah. That's
that
where I'm
can
at right now.
transport all of it. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Every summer I struggle with that. My car doesn't have AC. And so every time I get in my car in the summer, I'm just like, God, I need a new car.
Yeah, it's
And then
time.
on top of it, like there's all these things I need to fix right now. And so I'm like, I
Ah.
mean, like I really need, I'm like,
Yeah, how much do you need? It's
right?
like,
Yeah.
like where do we get this
Right.
done?
That's where
quickly?
I would accidentally spend too much money. And then all of a sudden I'd be like, oops,
Right.
guess I'm living in my car now.
Yeah.
Can't afford rent too.
Yeah.
Dumb.
That time of month.
Exactly.
Everyone's pissed
That's
off.
the worst time of the month right there. Just rent.
So
Stupid.
what a season 2 we've began with. Like, we're going kind of by calendar year for our season.
Yeah. It's
But-
been pretty awesome so far.
Yeah.
Like I like that we've had a good variety
Yeah, a huge variety.
of people,
And
of creative people.
yeah.
It's been awesome.
So what?
So I was going to ask you who your favorite was, and then I realized
My
that is a
favorite.
terrible question to ask.
Well, I only have one favorite. No, I'm just kidding.
But God, I don't know. They've all been really entertaining and really amazing.
So
And like 90% of these people I met when we did these interviews. So that was really cool for me. Like
Yeah.
getting to just broaden, the amount of people that I know in our community through this.
we're gonna have to start doing like an alumni meetings for film in Minnesota.
Oh, that'd be so cool. That would be so much fun.
Or just general gatherings would be great.
right. Especially because all of these people would like
Or
the
networking.
things that they could create together.
Yes. Yeah.
And they should include us. 'Cause we're like good at creating stuff too. Yay.
Yeah. We'll take 10%. So
I'll pay you. I just want you to put me in your movie. That's all.
yeah.
Just Just kidding. I can't pay you. I'm poor. We just went over that.
Would you like Wendy's?
Right? Yeah. Did I tell you about that? My
What?
Wendy's experience?
Tell me.
Yeah, we were like, it was this winter, and we were recording. And on my way, I stopped at Wendy's, and I was like, I'm on the phone with my dad, talking to him. I'm rushing, trying to get food in order to come here, because I think I was between work and this, and then I had to like go home and stuff. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to eat on my way from Wendy's to the podcast. And I get in there, and this guy was like hounding me about buying him food outside, and I'm talking to my dad, and I'm trying not to make a thing about it, and I'm in a really big rush because I was running late. And finally I was like, fine, like, okay, I'm gonna do the good thing, like, sure, order what you want. And he was like, well, can I get this? And I was like, sure. And then they were like, what size? And he was like, I don't know. And he's looking at me, and I'm like, large. I don't care. Just give him whatever he wants. I gotta go. And then I ordered myself 4 chicken nuggets, and I left. I was so mad.
Oh.
Like, I'm glad. Because then, like, I was okay. Like, I was good with doing the good thing. But then he asked me if I could go buy him a phone. And I was like, dude, get out of my face. I was like, what are you doing?
You give an inch, they take a mile.
That's exactly it. I was like,
gosh.
I'm hungry and I'm late, and you want me to buy you a phone, and I can't afford a phone for myself. Like, what do you want?
I can get 4 chicken nuggets for myself, and you want a large.
Right? But yeah, you saying Wendy's made me think of that.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, continue.
But Wendy's was like this big thing at the Final Four. We went down there to shoot some still photography for just promo pics for Electric Addiction. They had this big Wendy's like set up. It was right on like I forget, like 11th Street or something.
Yeah.
But it was like lines and lines of people, because that was all there was to eat really down there.
Oh,
next
yeah.
to like maybe one or two food trucks and the Coke thing.
Yep.
The nasty vanilla orange Coke.
Ugh, so bad.
Maybe the vanilla orange would be fine without the Coke, or, you know, just one or the other.
Yeah, I can't. I have so
Anyways.
many issues with it. But yeah.
They had Wendy's there. And lines.
And lines.
It was like, what's
all of
going
the people
on here?
wanted Wendy's.
There's a Chipotle like right over here. It's
Right?
like- and you are all standing outside this Wendy's
Yeah.
for the experience.
Just for the experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny. When we went, because I went to the Final Four, the actual Final Four, not the final.
Mm-hmm.
And we walked like a good, I'm really bad at distance, like a mile, 2 miles, I don't know, to try and find a place to eat, because everything was packed and right around there, and it was insane.
Wow.
I mean, we found a place, and it was fantastic. But like, I was trying to avoid that scenario right there. Those lines that you're talking about.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
They were like tentacles, but they had like 4 different little huts that you would walk up to and order fries and a burger or
And it's
something.
just regular Wendy's.
Yeah. But these are like tents set up. It's like, so it's not officially Wendy's. So,
Right.
you know, it's a sponsored Wendy's.
These guys.
But, you know, okay. You know, it's like the State Fair. We like our food here. So
Oh, yes.
I love our food. That's one thing I like about Minnesota.
I struggle with the State Fair because the very beginning of summer, I get so excited for the State Fair. But the State Fair means that it's the end of summer and it's about to be cold again, and then I just get upset. So it's like a very catch-22.
Yeah, it used to mean school for me. I guess I don't mind the fall. But yeah, like school.
Yeah. It just makes me think that like winter's about to be here.
And
I'm like, son of a bitch. But man, the food.
Yeah. Food's good. But anyways, back to our season 2.
Anyways.
When we had Ira on, we were talking about, you know, the whole... That was interesting. You know, him talking about like both the process for Z-Fest and the 50/50,
Oh, it was
48.
fascinating. Yes.
And we just wrapped the 48 here, or they screened them this month.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of my friends are like, that are female friends that are filmmaking now. They're like crossing from acting to filmmaking, and it's
They're
amazing.
getting it done.
Yeah.
And they're
I'm
doing
s-
amazing jobs. Yeah.
I'm so proud of them. It's just like, wow, what an example for everyone else.
Absolutely. Like, it's amazing the idea that, like, these women have stories and they're not told properly when told from a male point of view.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. And a lot of people may disagree with that. That's fine. They're wrong. Whatever. But it's different. Like, and the stories that these women can tell are fascinating and they're captivating. And I'm so glad that they're like taking the reins and getting it done, because it's just opening up a whole new, almost like a whole new genre. Like, there's all these stories that you would never assume are going to be told because, the men folk around here, or everywhere, but we're talking here, wouldn't be telling it, or wouldn't be telling it the same way. So it's a completely different thing.
It's true. I think about that when I write too, is like, I need a female perspective to write for this, because for female characters, and it's hard.
Oh, absolutely.
So I usually ask for feedback from women about female characters sometimes, but it can still come out differently, because like talking to Peter about his writing process, and just learning about that is, I don't know, it's different, because I know what you're talking about. Because when I watch like something like Girl Stuff that Tiffany and Kendra made,
Yeah.
versus like, another one that has a female lead that, I made.
Right.
It's a completely different perspective.
Yes. Like, as an actress, you can do so much with the role that you're given, but if the view of it is coming from that male perspective, then it's not her story.
Yes, and I'm a total guy when it comes to these things, because I crave brevity, you know. It's like, boom, done.
Yeah.
Good. Moving on. But with women, usually, like, for an example, our last podcast, you talk about stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We communicate.
Yes. See, I wrapped that up in one word. Yes.
You did. Yeah, you definitely did. That's perfect for radio.
Yeah. On to commercials.
Right, exactly. That's what you're here for. But yeah, no, I absolutely agree. And I think that what you just mentioned, like having a female, like, look over what has been written and kind of give you feedback, I think that's really important, and something that I think that a lot of male filmmakers should start doing, and vice versa. Like, if a female's writing, a heavily male casted film, I think it's completely fine for her to be writing it, but then to get maybe some perspective from, men that she trusts, to actually give her valid feedback, saying, like, does this sound like a perspective that would come from, a man or someone, like, just any gender that they're trying to write for. And yeah, all of them, I think that all of the male filmmakers and writers should do the same and get that perspective and those notes from females, because I think that it could really expand their film into what they're actually looking for without realizing it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Gosh, yeah. Okay. Here we go.
game.
Yes. Have you seen As Good as It Gets?
Yeah.
Oh, we got one.
To be
Ladies and
fair, I
gentlemen.
don't remember it because it's been like that came out in like 96 or something.
Yeah,
didn't
it's
it?
an old one. Yeah.
But yes, I definitely saw it. And I loved it from what I remember.
I always remember that line that Jack Nicholson says when he is confronted by a fan who says, "How do you write women so well?" And he says, "Do you know?"
I don't remember now.
"I think of a man, and then I take away reason and accountability." You like that, don't you?
So, about that. Reason? How rude. God. Jack Nicholson. So my mind like lately has been going in like a billion different directions at once.
Okay.
And I just came like I just had 4 different tangents to go off of
Go.
on that conversation, and I
Yes.
don't want to go. None of them have anything to do with anything important.
Okay.
Like they're just all tangents. Like you said, Jack Nicholson, and all of a sudden I thought of this trailer that I just saw for the sequel to The Shining.
Uh-huh.
And then we were talking about women writers and like their point of view, and I thought about you guys. I need sleep. About Game of Thrones this last season and how it was highly contested. Like people are either, I mean, most people are unhappy. Some people are happy. Most people aren't happy. And this is the only season that had no female writers.
Oh.
Which is interesting because 2 of the main characters that had these huge arcs that were happening or supposed to happen were female characters, and everybody was really disappointed in how their arcs occurred.
That makes sense. Plus, when I said brevity, notice how many fewer episodes there were this season.
See?
A male perspective is brevity. Anywho,
Yeah.
but they're longer.
Right. That's true. They were. Although I still...
But then you have like
wanted
George
so much
R.R. Martin,
more.
who left like during what season did they
Like
stop? Like
5?
2 seasons ago or something.
Yeah.
So it's almost
5 was
like
left.
it's not even Game of Thrones anymore. It was HBO.
Yeah, it was definitely different.
It was like, we can squeeze more money out of this. Keep
Right.
going.
Which is weird because like they wanted to do that, but then they cut it short. They could have done 4 more seasons.
And I don't know what the conflict between George R.R. Martin and HBO was, because there's
Yeah, I don't know.
something. But
It had to have been. And I think that the creators of Game of Thrones, that's what we're talking about, wanted to cut it short because they're now about to do a Star Wars
yeah,
show
but
or film or
you
something.
can always find other
But
people.
yeah, like, so why would they not? I don't know.
I would love it to be a showrunner. That'd be great.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess it starts with a pilot. So
that's true. And did you see the making of, or the last watch or something like that? It's basically like a behind the scenes of this whole last season.
I started watching it.
Yeah, it's amazing the amount of work.
Oh
and
yeah,
time.
I was watching all the behind the scenes
Everyone.
every episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love those. They're fascinating. So much. So even like people that have issues with it, screw
Oh yeah,
yourself.
there's no doubt about the technical, except for the coffee cup
Except
and
for
the
and the water bottle.
bottle.
But even those, like it, you got 8 amazing seasons out of that show, and those 2 things happened. Whatever.
Yeah, now it's like, do we have to go back and look for all the bottles?
Right.
Anyways,
But yeah, so lack of female writing
yeah,
in that season, and
It
people
made
had
sense.
issues with the female characters'
that
roles.
that totally makes sense.
Yeah, so that's like a really good example, a prime example of it.
Right. Well, I think other than Game of Thrones, there's been a few other series being written, but I remember we talked to, I think, Amanda. Did she wanted to direct,
Yeah,
or she's inching that direction, and I
I think
think
she would be brilliant.
because we technically spoke to her earlier in the year.
We did.
We're back. No. But then you have like Tiffany and Kendra. They hadn't, when we spoke to Kendra last, before in season 1, she hadn't done this yet.
No, this wasn't really something that she was. I mean, she's an actress and she's very focused on that. But I think given the opportunity and the right kind of collaboration.
Or the lack of opportunities is kind of what they talked about.
Right.
There weren't women roles that were like this.
And so they
I remember
wanted,
them saying,
yeah, that's true. And so having to create it yourself, which, I mean, that's how like the great things get made.
Yeah.
Saying, okay, well, if it's not going to present itself, then I'm going to create it.
Right.
Like, I have to make it happen.
Yeah. And I said that quote a long time ago too. Just like, if
Yeah.
people who are passionate about software should make their own hardware, it basically means
Yeah.
if you love what you do and you're not getting what you want, you have to create what you want, basically.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
And I love that people who have that ambition, that entrepreneurial spirit, you know. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
For sure.
So, Amanda, you can do it.
You can and you should. And you will. And you will. Like, I fully believe that.
Yeah, I do believe it. But, yeah, what a jump.
Right?
But she did theater, too, and she was scared to death of that. So.
She's amazing. And she's doing, she's got her reel for video games, for, voicing the video games and stuff, too. She can do, legitimately anything.
Yeah.
She's amazing. She's a badass. I mean, all of them are badasses.
And Jay's got his Dark Cloud film looming. Dark Cloud looming.
Looming.
That should be the documentary.
It should.
The
That's
making
actually really
of
good. Yeah.
Dark Cloud looming. If you need voiceover,
Ooh, there you go.
we're here for you, Jay. And then
All
Melody.
in. I loved having her on. Oh my gosh, it was so wonderful getting to meet her and just learn so much about her role, how she got there, and what the vision, her actual vision for film in Minnesota is.
Right.
It's and how she's going about that process. It was just absolutely phenomenal having her on.
Right. Yeah, she has my full support.
Oh yeah.
It is sad what happened with our state Senate.
Yeah.
It really is sad to me that they don't see the vision.
I just don't understand it. That's my thing. I don't get how.
I think it's easier to dismiss something that isn't here,
Right.
as opposed to something that could come here. And
But
I
it
guess,
would. I feel like that's been shown in other states. The moment that those incentives come up, the film industry is looking for that. So the moment it's there, and films have proven that they want to work here. They want to come here. And so they would flock here. That would not only help boost that whole industry here, but it would just boost the economy in general, which could do so much for our state.
I mean, our catering alone, we talked about food, and then there's lodging, of course. And then guess what? They want to go see a show. We have that.
Yeah.
We have music. We have
everything.
Casinos, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. But
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm not in the Senate.
we have
so
film
whatever.
festivals. Well, that's the thing. We have representatives we can write and say, what's going on here,
Yeah. What part of your brain are you not using to where this doesn't make sense?
Right.
Maybe don't word it that way, but maybe word it that way. I don't know. Whatever
Yeah.
you think will get through, because
Obviously
listening to
something
reason.
isn't getting through to them, yeah.
So
That went well.
we took a brief break for our sponsors. We don't have sponsors, but if
Yeah.
you'd like to be a sponsor, please reach out to us at filminminnesota filminminnesota@gmail.com.
That's right. Because we're all about the ads here
Clearly.
at Film in Minnesota. You've heard them all.
That's actually why we have you here.
You've literally heard
Just
them
for
all.
the ads. You have, that's true.
As of right now of this podcast,
Currently.
you've heard every advertisement we've ever had.
That's true. But if you do want to, make an ad for your production company or your talents,
If you
all
have
of you
a-
are very talented. So if you would like to promote yourself at all, actually do reach out. 'Cause
Yeah.
we have room on this podcast for
Plus-
all creatives.
We would love to have a studio space.
That would be amazing.
If someplace I don't know, Conduit Sound or, something that Ben mentioned has studio space available for us to host our podcast in, that would be
1000%.
great.
That would be amazing.
So you can promote your studios and such, and
Through us.
yeah, give you a little plug.
Mm-hmm.
We talked to a lot of actors too,
We did, which was really cool
and
for me.
actresses.
Actresses. Yeah, which was the bee's knees. Why does everyone laugh when I say
knees.
that? I love that.
You love that.
I love saying the bee's knees.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe because it
Where
gets
did that
that
come
reaction
from?
from people.
Oh, okay.
I just said it once randomly, and I actually have no idea where it came from. It was very much out of nowhere. And I got that reaction from a bunch of people, and I was like, what? Like you don't know what that means? Like, you haven't heard that? And they were like, no, but like, it's an old person thing. And I was like, first of all, I am old. Like,
Yeah.
like I go to bed at like 9 o'clock, like sometimes 7 if I have to get up at like 3 in the morning. So just leave me alone.
Here's another
It
good
hurts
reason.
when I stand up if I've been sitting too long, and that actually happened yesterday. So,
Yeah. Well,
so like the bee's knees. I think it's fantastic.
the bee's knees.
Do you not like it?
No,
Is it
I think
weird?
it's actually fits fittingly to our millennium
right.
because we're in the year 2019.
Mm-hmm.
But in the year 2090, they'll be like, those old people say that.
Right. We gotta
Only
bring it
people from the
back.
20s say stuff like bee's knees.
Yes. We need the roaring 20s to come back, you guys. Like
And
that
it's going to
needs
come
to happen.
back in 1 year.
Oh, and I'm so excited. We need to have like some big, elaborate party. Everybody, like, we need jazz. I don't even care if we play like the soundtrack. Maybe I'm just like dreaming in my head right here with this. But I did say earlier that I'm tired. But like the Great Gatsby, the new film, the Leonardo DiCaprio version,
Mm-hmm.
like the soundtrack to that, first of all, is just amazing. And I absolutely love it. It's freaking ridiculous. But like, we need to have some big party. Everybody needs to get super dressed up and dolled up and play music like that and drink
That'll be
fancy
our
drinks and
yeah. That'll
Yes.
be our New Year's resolution for film in Minnesota.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Because you know these actors
So
and actresses would
sponsors,
dress up.
yeah, sponsors, please send your money our way so we can make this party happen.
Oh, it's gonna be the best party ever.
New Year's party or something.
Yes.
Because there's never like any good New Year's. I don't know. They
Yeah.
have balls around here, kinda.
Oh, I want to go to a ball. Let's throw a
The
ball.
like International Market Square or whatever it is.
Yeah. A friend of mine threw a masquerade party for her 50th birthday, and it was one of the funnest parties I've been to in an extremely long time. So we could do masquerade. Well, no, because that's not Roaring 20s. Okay, so clearly we need to like workshop this idea. I'm just saying it should happen
Right.
one way or another.
Well,
But yes, the bee's knees.
the bee's knees.
My boyfriend likes to say the cat's meow a lot, and that I do make fun of him for. Which is very hypocritical of me.
Wow,
But
I'm learning so much about you here.
yeah.
Tell me more about
Because I'm
your.
tired, Alan.
Yeah.
I'm just talking.
Yeah, just keep going. It's okay.
No, this is not what the people want. But if this is what the people want, please let us know at Film in Minnesota. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Your default response it
That's
just
exactly-
keeps going back.
It's like my customer
Our only
service voice.
advertisement is really filminminnesota@gmail.com. Like nominate your next guest for the podcast or whatever.
Ooh, do that. Yeah.
We've gotten a few nominations, so we kind of need to address that.
Oh, now you're going to get all
Yeah,
technical
yeah.
on me.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we
Okay.
have we have a lot of people on the hit list now. So
we really do. There's so many people that I'm excited about.
because we had to
having on
double up
soon.
the last time, and we had to share a mic.
Which did not go very well. I kept
Yeah.
stealing it from you, and then
Well,
that was
First
my
off, everyone was tired. It was like a Monday late night,
yeah,
And
everybody
then-
was really sleepy.
but then
And then
there
we
was
went
this
extra long.
weird energy in the room. I think it was all the women just powering together right there.
Yeah,
I was witnessing magic.
you were. That's exactly what that was. That is a good way to put it, and I'm glad that you said that rather than something else.
Oh, what
That's
did you
accurate.
think? What did you think I was going
I
to
don't
say?
know, but I don't know.
But anyway, there was an energy
it was
that night that made Monday more bearable, I think.
Yes, I would absolutely agree with that.
Yeah. The highlight of my Monday.
Always the highlight of my Monday.
Yeah. But I think we talked a little bit about the whole females making moves. What do you think about that in general?
I think it's the bee's frickin' knees, man.
Okay.
No, but literally, like I love it. I think that there's so much to come from the female like actresses and filmmakers and just everything. All of the creatives in our community that haven't really had a platform or had a voice to be able to tell their stories. And not just from women, but from, like just we have such a diverse community here, like through gender and through race and through sexual orientation, and I think it's expanding, and that makes me really excited.
Yes, and I noticed this a lot at Z-Fest and now 48 Hour Film Project, that there are a lot of female filmmakers stepping up, and it's amazing. Rachel, I mean,
brilliant.
Hello. It's
Yes.
like our number one.
Yeah, right? Our first guest.
Yeah.
Numero uno.
Numero uno.
Yeah, and even some female guests that we're hoping to have on later this year. Like,
Yeah.
they blow my mind and they inspire me, and I think that's the key thing is like they're telling stories not only from this point of view that the viewers are not necessarily used to, because we haven't had this they haven't had the ability to do this up to this point, but oh son of a bitch, I just lost my train of thought.
But I'm happy that, these the female filmmakers are pushing to come to the front, because
Yes.
this is a great I would call it a byproduct of the Me Too
Oh, yeah.
movement,
Absolutely.
because I'm sad we didn't really touch on that with like Tiffany and Kendra, because
Yeah,
I know
I feel like that would have been a really
they would have
strong conversation.
hit this on the head too. But
Yeah.
this type of stuff is like needs to die.
Yeah.
That stuff, and the fact that Me Too existed is hard enough because it takes two. That's the thing that I found very difficult about understanding that, because it's like it's not just happening to one person; it's happening to two, and it takes two to make it like be with sexual harassment in the workplace,
So, like,
things
you
like
mean
that.
because it's happening so frequently?
Yeah.
Kind of a thing? Okay. Yeah.
Well, frequently, but also like believe women too. Like
1000%
like
believe
it
women.
doesn't like you don't need just one.
Yeah.
You don't need. It doesn't need to take an army or just two women to come forward. It should just be one.
Yeah, 100%. And like I've heard the arguments of, I had a debate with somebody on Facebook actually about it, respectfully. Like he was very respectful, but regarding like don't just always believe women, because in his experience, in his profession, he had run into many women that had lied about certain things in order to whatever, which that's fine. I've run into plenty of men that have lied about everything, about women, about relationships, about jobs, about like just everything. Like, and it doesn't mean that whenever I meet a man, if he tells me a story, I'm going to be like, you're probably a liar, so I'm not going to believe you. But if 1,000 other men tell me that this sounds like an accurate thing, then I'll go ahead and believe your story. Like, you don't do that. That doesn't happen. So it shouldn't happen to women.
Right.
That's unacceptable. Just because a couple people have lied before does not make an entire gender liars.
Right.
And the fact that is socially acceptable
Yeah. It's
is socially
systematic.
unacceptable.
Yeah.
It's unacceptable. It's not okay. And it doesn't make sense. Like, it's completely stupid, especially if you're not going to believe a gender.
It is systemic. It is hard to deroot some of those behaviors, because I've noticed it even in like just my thought process sometimes is just kind of like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, why would you just go immediately to questioning the woman? Like,
Right.
are you sure? Are you, and it's like, really?
Yeah.
Why is that the first question? Like, why is it not, more
it's
don't know.
amazing how much people don't recognize that happens until it's pointed out to them.
Right. Or at least you're aware. You have to be aware of how you're thinking.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. There's a little off of film, but onto that subject. There was like some story that had come out. Somebody like posted about it or something, their experience, where like a man and a woman worked together at some company with like clients of some sort, and were reaching out, and she was taking like some significantly more amount of time to get like the same job done than he was, but she was astronomically better at it, and he realized that. Excuse me. And their boss was getting on her about it, so he decided to swap like clients for a day or a couple days or something with her, without telling the clients that it's no longer him responding, it's her, and without telling her clients that it's him responding and not her. And he was getting the exact same feedback, signing everything with her name, versus when he responded or like asked these questions or gave this like these consultations or whatever with his name, like just simply because he would respond as like Sarah instead of Mark. They were like, well, no, that doesn't sound right. Like, I don't think you fully know what you're talking about because blah, blah, blah. Versus when he would say it, they'd be like, oh, that's fucking brilliant. Yes, you're the best. Let's go. And so he was able to like just deal with clients immediately and be like, okay, so we're going forward with this. That's great. And she would have to sit there and be like, okay, this is why I'm saying this. This is what makes sense, blah, blah, blah. And he realized that like he didn't get shit done when he was acting as her because they wouldn't work with them because she was a woman. He was, it's a female they're working with. And it's because a lot of men, and even going back into film, like completely question, the female's point of view, their response, and the whole, like, you're being overly emotional about this and you're not thinking about this in a rational way. Like, even in film, like,
and
that's like you're doing your job.
Right. And that's just like when we talked about writing, the thought process is different.
Completely different.
Yeah. And it's very, yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm very excited about the new stories that are going to be, that the community is open to being told, because all of these amazing women are taking the reins and making their own films and creating their own roles.
Speaking of making their own films, I recently released January into the world.
You did?
Hopefully people watch it.
Ooh, speaking of which, how can they watch it?
They can watch it on Amazon Prime Video.
What?
Yeah. Either free with your Prime subscription, or you can rent or buy it.
Yeah.
If you're like me and you need to possess it,
there you go.
You can buy
do
it.
Either. You can buy it. You can go on Amazon Prime. You guys.
It's fun to watch it go up there because it's not like I've submitted a few films to go to Amazon and not all of them make the cut.
Right. Absolutely. So the fact that it's there is so exciting.
Yeah.
So exciting.
It's nice to see it behind a paid wall, something that's there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's official, more official.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like all of your hard work is just right there and you can just be proud of it and show it off.
Yeah. And it's an expanded cut from the Z-Fest cut. Because they constrain it to certain minutes. And,
right.
That always kills me when I have to cut my film down. So... But
so
luckily,
now it can be what you want.
Now it can be free. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's so exciting. I know you. So Alan sent me a screenshot of his movie on Amazon Prime, and I got really excited because it's really exciting. And I was with my friends out to lunch or dinner or something like that, and I freaked out for a second. And every now and again, fun fact about me, I'm from California. Every now and again, my the valley girlishness in me will come out, like my California accent that I no longer really have unless I just do it. And it apparently came out in my excitement about this. And so I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, you guys, Alan's film is on Amazon Prime, blah, blah, blah. And this is not in the same voice, obviously. But, and first
What
of all.
was the voice? Let's hear it.
I don't think so. That's not going to happen. But, so first of all, like, none of my friends really listen to this, so they support
They
it.
don't.
But they support it, but they're just like none of my non-film friends do.
Oh, okay.
They support the fact that I do it and they think it's great, but they like it's not really. They listen to it and they're like, I don't really get like they don't really know anything about the film community, which is fine. But so they're just like, wait, who's Alan? And I'm like, okay, first of all, fucking listen to my shit. But second, and then they just started laughing at me because of the way I said it. Because it was like just super like, oh my God, you guys. Like, this is so exciting.
Yeah.
And it just felt gross saying that way. But that's how it
great.
came out. And so then they just start laughing and ignoring the fact that this exciting thing is happening.
Right.
I was like, if you assholes don't watch something that I am in that goes on Amazon Prime someday, I am just going to end you all. Like, that's just going to be the end of our friendship.
Yeah.
Like, that is not the right response to what is happening right now. But
Right.
I did. I got so excited about
good.
your movie.
I'm glad. I'm happy to hear that.
It's going to be awesome. The bee's knees, if you will.
Yeah, it's a sad tale, but January was very therapeutic for me. Z-Fest was, because it was kind of like past, present, and future things happening all at once.
Yeah.
Because I had 3 films go through production there, and it took its toll.
Which is, that's a lot. But that's phenomenal.
Yeah, I think the process of finding the story, it was a year ago that we had actually discussed making the film with the writer. I had talked to the original short story writer. His name's Nick Olson. He wrote a short story called Depth of Winter, which won a few prizes at the school he went to for best short story. And I read it, and it was like maybe a page and a half. Not double spaced. So, but it was, I could relate to it on a very deep level. And so that was like the year of the Super Bowl was here last February.
Oh, so that was like a year and a half ago then.
Yeah.
Okay,
year and a half, yeah. And after that, it was just kind of like getting it to Peter, who we met through the podcast. Yep. So he adapted
collaboration,
it.
You guys.
So we'll put you to work.
Exactly. We will connect you.
But he adapted it into the short screenplay, and we had January, and then all these things came into place. But man, like, it was tough.
Yeah.
There were points where maybe it won't work out, like with the location, with one of my actresses. The actress got sick during one of the weeks, so we had to postpone production for a week, and I was worried about her health, obviously. So
right,
things like that. These are all those behind the scenes stuff you don't hear about.
It's really stressful.
Yeah, and this was in February when we had the polar vortex coming through.
Oh,
and
gross! Which was so bad.
And yeah, that
so
was
everybody's
rough.
spirits are already down.
Yeah,
like because of that, and then there's all this stress on top of it.
Right. And it's like, you got to film this outside because
naturally,
because they're going on a date, and this is walking to the car, and so hopefully we can get this done.
Yeah, no kidding. But now you made it, and it's out there for literally everyone to see. Yeah. Everyone go and watch it. Like, go on Amazon Prime, go buy it, watch it.
Check out the amazing work acting done by Leon Hyland and Abisha Yule. They killed it. They did it, and I'm so proud of them and everyone who helped out on the set. By far one of my favorite films I've made. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. And then
so exciting.
Next up would be Electric Addiction. So that's that's on the horizon too. So
That's coming.
yeah,
It's around the corner.
step by step.
Ooh, baby. Gonna get to you, girl. Sorry. Anyway. So. Sorry.
If you're
Again, I'm really tired.
Yeah.
I'm just getting super weird, you guys.
a little loopy here on Film in Minnesota.
Super loopy. Oh my gosh.
So now that you have all this free time, Rahana, what are you gonna do? Because you graduated this year.
I fucking graduated, you guys.
It's over.
I legitimately didn't think it was going to happen. Like, there were so many times where I did, I went to one school and they were like, the fucking director of the program was like, this is not the right program for you. And I was like, well, at least you're being honest with me after 1 year of being there.
Huh.
So I switched schools. And then as I enrolled, about a month before I was supposed to start, the school closed down. So I was like, okay, that's not going to work. And so then I switched schools again and switched programs.
Holy
totally different
crap.
direction. And then 3 months before I was supposed to graduate, that school got closed down. I was like, you know what? Fuck. So I was so frustrated. Like, I didn't know what to do. So I
Wait a
switched
minute.
schools again.
That's 3.
That's 3.
That shut down.
No, the first one didn't shut down. They just told me it was not the right program
Oh, okay.
for what I wanted.
2.
And to not, yeah. So 2 shut down.
Damn.
1 told me, don't waste your time. 2 shut down. So then I transferred again and switched my fucking major again.
Ugh.
And finally graduated. And it feels amazing. Although now I'm at that point where I'm just like, well, I should get a job. And then I'm like, do I do what I want to do and not make any money? Because I have student loan payments that are going to be coming up and I need to buy a new car soon and I'd like to buy a house someday. Or do I do all of the things that I love on the side and get a job that'll just pay me so I can, pay the bills and whatnot and adult a little bit. Adulting has never been my thing. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I do have all this free time now. I've been reading a lot, like for fun, which is funny because I did not read much at all in school. Like I didn't do the reading that we were supposed to do, you guys.
Wow,
Did not
that's reassuring.
I really hope my teachers are not listening to this.
They're not.
It wasn't for your class. No, but like I'm reading for fun, which is really nice. And I'm hoping within the next year to actually start like taking acting classes again and jumping back into it because I miss this community and like those experiences so desperately.
Mm-hmm.
But it has been a long hot minute since I've been in it. So it's so I need to
That rhymed. That was very good. I
right?
like that.
Thank you. But yes, I'm hoping to jump back in that and then continue this. This is like our baby and I'm so thrilled about it. I love this podcast.
Yeah.
And then
We're meeting a lot of nice new people and
we are some pretty
people I never knew
fantastic
existed.
Yeah. That's like the insane thing about this community. So like I know so many people and then I know that so many of those people know so many people, but I feel like I have like this ridiculous grasp of like how large or small our community is, our film community here.
Mm-hmm.
And in reality, it's just like completely exponential from what I assume. Like I'm like 20 degrees away from some people and I don't even know it. So
And we're bringing him within 1 degree.
We're doing what we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, so it's
I like it.
been a good check-in here, trying to, figure out where we're going next. If you have, again, any comments, advertising, or otherwise,
Yeah, if
sponsorship.
you'd like to sponsor on Film in Minnesota, if you would like to advertise your company or your talents, if you would like
To
to
cater.
cater.
A party.
I mean, yeah,
a
a party
network
or even just
event.
an episode. I mean, we're usually hungry when we're recording. Just kidding. I mean, not, but kidding. If you have questions that you would like us to ask certain people, or like just in general, like that we
Yeah.
aren't asking guests and you are very curious about it, or if you have a guest that you're like, oh, for the love of God, you have to put this person on your list. We do have a list, but we can add people to that list. Let us know.
Let us know what you think about the conversational approach as opposed to the Q&A.
Yeah,
So
we're switching up a little bit.
we're trying to make it a little more fun, hopefully.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Keep it a little more random, which is obviously my style. So that. 'Cause I'm all over
Amen
the
to
place.
that.
But yeah, so thank you to all of our amazing listeners who have stuck with us so far this last 8 months. We absolutely adore and appreciate you, and you are why we're here. And just we're just looking for feedback, and yeah, because we want you to enjoy what we're doing here.
Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for subscribing, listening, and following us on Instagram or Facebook.
Or emailing us at filminminnesota@gmail.com. That's like the 6th time I've said that now. But yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have an amazing rest of your day/night. And
We'll see you guys on the...
we'll catch you next time.
Catch you next time. All right.